I'm fearful for my life. I don't trust none of these. I don't trust none of these white people. They're coming over here to steal our jobs and take our women. That's what they coming over here to do. Look at them. Look how dangerous they look. Look at them. They're dangerous. Ah!
And part of that is that the people who are native to that land deserve their rightful land back. That is not what the Afrikaners actually want to have happen, which are the white Africans. And so who are not originally from Africa, who colonized South Africa also. And so that is what they are saying is discrimination. Now, if the Constitution in South Africa is discriminatory, they have their checks and balances in that land, just like we do. And that is for them to, so if the Afrikaners don't actually like the land, they can leave that country.
They're leaving to come here.
No, they can
these refugees are coming here.
They can actually leave and go to where their native land is, which is probably Germany.
Are you against them coming here?
Holland. And part of that is that the people who are native,
trying to get them to go back to their original countries. They don't want them to come here. This is something that they failed to acknowledge. They failed to acknowledge the genocide that's happening there right now. I came across this video that was heartbreaking, but unfortunately, they will never share anything like this. Here is thousands, bro, of unalived South African farmers, South African men and women and children, thousands laid out in the form of a freaking cross. And this is something that our people will not acknowledge. You see this right here? This is in South Africa. All of those white crosses you see represent white people who are being killed in Africa, who have been killed in Africa. These people have been doing concerts, celebrating and encouraging the unaliving of white people in their country, specifically. When you see this right here, you can't unsee it. This is why I'm showing it to you. This is also something that CNN will never air on their channel, on their network. And the reason why they won't is because it will crush their argument. This is something that they don't want Democrats to see. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna hip y'all to something. This is something they absolutely don't care about, to be honest. They don't have hearts. I'm keeping it a buck. They don't have hearts, man. They don't have feelings. They don't have emotions. They don't have real empathy. All they want to do is win. They don't care about this at all. How can a people that have gone through slavery not look at this and say, yo, this is wrong? We should do something about it. How come we wouldn't do that? It's because we don't care about people anymore. We just care about what's fair. Are they black or are they white, the people we're bringing over here? Oh, they white? Then they can stay where they are. Also, have we considered this? People that come over here, did they go through the due process in order to get here? Did they apply to become refugees? Did they wait until they were approved before they came over here? Did they do all of those things first? Or did they just barge their ways over our borders and demand that we help them? And were they backed by people in our country who support this type of BS? These are actual lives lost right here. Actual lives lost, man. So the U.S. welcomed 49 white South Afrikaners at Dulles International Airport. Here is the video of the white Afrikaners who were brought over here. Here they are right here. People are hating on this like crazy, bro. They're hating on this, man. How dare they wave American flags when they coming in here? What in the world is wrong with these people? They look so dangerous. They about to tear our country up, man. They about to daggone start unaliving women and children. Look how dangerous they look. Ah! I'm fearful for my life. I'm fearful for my life. I don't trust that white baby. I don't trust that white baby. I'm fearful for my life. I don't trust none of these. I don't trust none of these white people. They're coming over here to steal our jobs and take our women. That's what they coming over here to do. Look at them. Look how dangerous they look. Look at them. They're dangerous. Ah! Hide your wife and hide your kids. I don't trust nothing that they're about to do. Nothing. Look at them. They're dangerous. How can we trust them? Huh? Huh? We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.
Welcome. Welcome to the United States of America.
And all of them are holding American flags. How dare they come over here and try to be patriotic? What in the world is wrong with them? What in the world is wrong with these people? All these dangerous white people, man.
This is the land of the free, and we know that all of you have faced. I'm Chris Landau. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm the Deputy Secretary of State.
Hold up. Did y'all hear what the white baby just now said? Ah, man, it was racist. It was so racist. It was racist.
Of the United States. This is my friend Troy Edgar.
Yeah, I'm the Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security. Again, welcome. It's so great to have you guys here.
I know you've gone through a long flight. I cannot believe there are babies and children who are actually so well behaved. This is much better than mine.
All right, so let me just break this down to you right quick. All right, so now I told y'all before that a lot of you might be upset with me with some of the things that I might have to say about the Afrikaners. Okay, you ready? Here we go. I want us to keep that same energy that we had when we were bringing over other people from other countries. All right, we were talking about what are we doing with putting $1,400 per family. I mean, putting $1,400 in people's pockets in other countries when they come over here. Why? What are we doing? Why are we giving them money? Huh? Why are we putting money in their pocket and putting them in shelter, putting them in brand new hotels, putting them in apartments and putting them in shelters that American citizens could be in? Y'all remember us saying that, right? And when I was saying those type of things, you guys was posting it, you were sharing it, you were loving on it and everything. You remember that, right? Don't backtrack now. Don't try to leave. Don't you dare try to leave. We're going to talk about this. All right. So we were saying America first. And if there's anybody from other countries that we bring in here, we will take care of them, but we will not go above and beyond and treat them better than we treat American citizens. Here's the word on the street. The word on the street is not only are we bringing these refugees over from South Africa, but we are giving them their own land because they're farmers. We're bringing them over here so that they can farm. We're bringing them over here so that they can help the country and all this other stuff. And I get that. I get that. They're going to be put to work. But guys, I want you to understand this. They have their own land. There are Americans who have been busting their tails for generations and don't have their own land. And I'm not talking about black, white, Hispanic. It don't matter. I'm talking about Americans, period. If you're a refugee and you come over here, then you're over here. You're safe. Now you have an opportunity, just like anybody else, to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Isn't that what we teach other Americans? So why in the world are we bringing people over here and just giving them land? We brought them over here. We saved them. They're safe now. Now they get to fend for themselves. The same way other refugees, other immigrants fend for themselves. As far as giving them land, I am completely against that. I know they're farmers. They do amazing things. I just now saw this one post, and shout out to my man Treebeard for giving me this right here. I just now saw this one post of, hold on one second. Let me just show you some of the benefits that these guys do. I got to read this to you, man, because it's important. It's important. Now, here's something that they said that the white farmers were doing in South Africa. They produced 95.3% of all corn, 96% of soybean, 99% of the wheat, 98% of the cotton, 97% of the citrus, 99% of the potatoes, 91% of the tomatoes, 89% of the wool, 67% of the cattle, 96% of all poultry in South Africa. They can do some phenomenal things here in the United States. Is this a business move? Will we get a return for our investment? Absolutely, we will. You know what? My original statement, I believe that we're putting them to work so that we can get something from them, and we're putting them in position so that they can produce what they was producing in Africa. I am saying things right now that's going against my original argument, but it does not look right, guys. I'm just saying, it's not a good look for our country. It really isn't, because there are people who are like, wait a minute, time out, time out, time out. Are you saying that these people deserve to come here and get land and homes for their families, all of them? They pretty much have their own little small cities that we're putting them in while they get to work and they take care of them. They're going to be living the dream on day one coming to America. I don't think they have the right to live the American dream on day one. I think they should have to work for it just like anyone else. And working for it is not saying, okay, guys, so we're going to put you on this dry land and you're going to have to figure it out for yourselves. You're going to have to go out there and apply for jobs. You got to go out there and this, that, and other. That's called figuring it out and working for it and going after it for yourself. Putting them on land and giving them all the tools and everything that they possibly need so that they can succeed. Anyone could flourish in that environment, in my opinion. If you put anyone in that environment and you give them the space, the land, the opportunity, the tools, the resources that they need to survive and flourish, they will flourish. They would do great. They would do phenomenal things. This is what they would do. Not only farmers, but anybody, anyone. You put somebody in a truck and give them some tools, they got a business. You put somebody in a home and give them everything that they need, they're good. This is what we're doing for these Afrikaners. And when the Democrats see this, especially when Black people see it, it's not a good look. I'm just saying, it really isn't a good look. So it's going to cause more division in this country. So be prepared for it. Don't be surprised. It's happening. And we're doing it to ourselves because there were many other people from many other nations that we were bringing over here that all of us were complaining about. All of us was pissed off about. We were speaking against it ad nauseum. And now we have other people coming here. We're all for it. They were being unalived there. They were being targeted there. 80,000 people passed away over there, were targeted and unalived. So we need to bring them over here. We brought them over here, and now we're about to put them to work. But we got refugees receiving this on day one. It's not a good look. And no matter how long we talk about this, it's not a good look. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The very first time I talked about this, which was months ago, my X channel almost came to a screeching halt. When I very first talked about this, I lost a lot of support on X. I was not being pushed anymore because I said that this is not a good look. I love the fact that we're saving these people from genocide. I love that when we save anybody from genocide, if we're in a position, we're the greatest nation in the world, then we have that responsibility. What does the Bible say? To whom much is given, much is required. Much is given to us. We're American citizens. We're in the greatest nation in the world. So we have to help other people. This is our obligation. This is our job. This is our duty. Not only do we help the people who are here, but most people who are here are living abundantly. Most people who are living in the slums and poor in our country are still living better than people in most other countries. And I'm talking about in their worst areas, in our worst neighborhoods, our worst cities, we're still living better than the majority of the world. So we have a bit of comfort and liberties that we don't acknowledge because we're so busy complaining and pointing the finger and trying to outdo the next person. And that's the part that I don't fully understand. I don't agree with. I don't appreciate. And that's where I am right now. I just think that we need to be fair all across the board. And right now, the way that we're bringing the Afrikaners over here and giving them their own land and giving them low interest loans and everything else that they possibly need so that they can survive, bro, that's exactly what American citizens are saying. People who have been born here on this soil, people who have been, as soon as they were able, going out there getting jobs, going to school, doing things the right way, and just could not get past that hump, couldn't get past that barrier. They wanted to start a business. They can't get a loan. They can't get a low interest loan like we're giving to these Afrikaners. Couldn't get any of that. And yet we're looking at a bunch of other people who are getting that. And that's unfortunate for other people. I'm just saying we need to be sensible about this.